Mango is a simple fruit. This is the pericarp of a mango, which is divided into the outer peel, which is the epicarp, the middle fleshy mesocarp, and this fibrous area, which is the endocarp. And there will be a seed inside once you cut it open. And why mango is a simple fruit? Because it's just formed from a single ovary. So the ovary is ripened and become a mango. These are grapes. Even they are also simple fruits. Why? Because this grape, a single grape, what you can see, it's actually formed from a single ovary. So this is actually an inflorescence where there were many flowers, and each flower had an ovary and they developed into a fruit. So if you cut open the grapes, you can see the grapes like this. This is the pericarp, which has an outer leathery part called as the epicarp. This is soft and fleshy mesocarp and an endocarp inside, and here you can find the seeds. These are the seeds. And grape is called as a berry fruit. But strawberry is not a berry. That is a false fruit, and grapes are actually the berries. This is tomato, which is again a simple fruit formed from a single pistils, from a single carpel, which was borne on a flower. A single flower had a carpel, and this is the fleshy carpel. This is tomato. When you cut open, there is a longitudinal section of tomato. So this entire area, this reddish area, is all called as the pericarp, and pericarp is being divided into outer, very thin and shiny epicarp. Then this area is called as a mesocarp. So this is, since there are a lot of seeds inside, it's called as a berry. Even tomato is also a berry. This is a banana, which is a simple fruit. Why? Because this whole area, this fruit area, is actually the ovary formed from a single flower. This tip which you can see here, this dry part is actually the calyx, persistent dried calyx, which generally falls off, and you can find some stamens here. These are the dried stamen, and this one is actually the style and stigma. So this is a stigma, this part is a style, and this will be the ovary. Okay, this is a longitudinal section of a banana. This is the pericarp, which is divided into epicarp. Epicarp is the peel. Okay, this is the peel is the epicarp. This fleshy part, which is edible, is a mesocarp, and this area has the endocarp. And you can see certain places you can find some tiny brown dots, which are the seeds. But these seeds of banana is not fertile, they are all sterile. So even though if you take these seeds and sow it into the soil, they will not give you a plant. Why? Because they are all sterile seeds which are not viable. One more simple fruit, bitter gourd. This is a stalk. This was a stalk of the flower, and this is the ovary. This fleshy part, which is edible, is the wall of the ovary, and there will be seeds inside. You can see here, this is the pericarp, which is divided into epicarp here. Epicarp, mesocarp is actually fused together, and this area, this white part, is the endocarp, and inside you can see all these tissues. These are placental tissues and also seeds. You can find a lot of seeds inside this. This is a multi-seeded fruit. These are all the seeds of bitter gourd. You can find the seeds inside, and these are all the placental cushion type tissues which are found inside. So this whole thing is the pericarp, the fruit part. Even though it is not juicy and sweet in taste, they are not sweet in taste, they are bitter, but still they are called as simple fruits. Why? Because they are formed from the ovary and has seeds inside. This is another simple fruit, ridge gourd. Again, this is not very juicy or sweet in taste, but still they are fruits because they are formed from a ovary. This ridges and this green area is the ripened ovary wall. This green and white part together constitute the pericarp, where the green area, this outer area, is epicarp, that peel is epicarp, this green soft fleshy area is the mesocarp, and the white cushion like region is the endocarp, and inside seeds will be there. But since this is a young ridge cod, you can't clearly see the seeds, but still you can find the developing seeds inside like this. See, these are all the parts of seeds, and seeds, multiple seeds will be there in the inner part of the ovary. One more fruit, brinjal or eggplant. This is again a fruit. This is a stalk of the flower. This is the persistent calyx. This is the calyx which is persistent, it will not fall off, whereas the petals had already fallen off. This is persistent calyx, and this is a fruit that has ripened. The epicarp is this violet, shiny, thin region, epicarp. This cushion like part which is soft and fleshy is a mesocarp, and inside you will be able to find the endocarp on which the seeds are placed. So here you can find lot of seeds of brinjal. So seeds are placed very close to the endocarp, and the seeds are very tiny. Since seeds are there inside this, and this whole structure is formed from an ovary, this is also a fruit, and simple fruit. Why? Because it's formed from a single flower. Chili, this is also a fruit. This is the stalk, the calyx, petals, everything has withered and fallen off. The ovary has become ripened and fleshy, and when you cut open you will be able to see the seeds inside. You can, here in chilies, the epicarp, meso and endocarp is fused together, just forming a single pericarp. This is a placental tissue on which you can find multiple seeds. So these are all the seeds of chili. Double beans. This is a legume which is again a simple fruit. This was an inflorescence, so there were two flowers here. So each flower had a carpel, and the carpel has developed into a fruit. This will not become colorful, it will be green in color, and this type of a fruit is called as a legume. You will be able to see marginal placentation, and seeds will be arranged inside. The walls of the ovary have become thick and slightly fleshy, and here epi, meso and endocarp is fused together to form a single layer which is called as a pericarp. Here you can see the inside of a legume. The seeds are arranged in this margin, so that is why it's called as marginal placentation. And this stalk which you can see, which attaches the seed to the margin of the ovary wall, it's the placenta. So since seeds are present, and this wall is actually the wall of the ovary, that is why this is called as a fruit. And this kind of fruits, it can be seen in long beans, cluster beans, green peas, etc. They are all called as legumes. Orange, again a simple fruit, and this type of fruit is called as hesperidium because it is having a leathery skin which has lot of oil glands. And this part, this orange part, is the epicarp. The white part, which is generally bitter, it's the mesocarp, and endocarp is endocarp forms very thin hair-like structures which is very juicy, which is edible, and they are the placental hairs with endocarp together. That is the edible part which we eat in case of oranges. This is hesperidium. The orange part, the orange outer leathery rind, this is the epicarp. The white part is the mesocarp, and these thin transparent layers, it's the endocarp, which will be having lot of fine hairs which is juicy and sweet and sour in taste, giving the citrus flavor. So this is endocarp with the hairs, and inside you will be able to find the seeds. So seeds are placed inside. You can find the seeds like this inside. This is also a simple fruit.